Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Today I'm here in Montreal Park, just in one of the benches for now. I know there's the view that overlooks the Montreal city. But today I kind of wanted to talk about the concept of how people that laugh the most often cry the most. And I feel like laughter can often be a sign that they use it as a shield to block from what's truly happening in life. You know, trauma, whether it's trauma, pain, hardships, all these things, they often use laughter or jokes in a way to mask that feeling and try to get away from that feeling of sober thoughts where they sit with it, because they don't want to sit with their thoughts, so they use laughter as a means of therapy or coping. And whenever you're around friend groups, I feel like you often build the personality that you're the one that makes everyone laugh, you're the one that makes the jokes, and it's unusual to see that person in a state of not being well or not being okay with something in their lives. You know, they're usually happy. You see that they're happy. They make jokes all the time, and they're genuinely seem like a well-rounded person. But sometimes slipping up from that personality and being real for a second kind of is unusual, and it creates a pressure of always being this happy guy. Unironically, we actually assume people are happy if they smile or if they're in a good mood or whatever. They seem like they're in a good mood. But even though they portray that, sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's hiding from their problems. Sometimes it's feeling like they need to be happy all the time. And it kind of creates a sense of irony in a way, because the people that spread the most light and visions and positivity are often the one that carry the most darkness, the most trauma, the most problems, hardships, all those things. And I feel like it's very common for emotional fatigue to build up behind the scenes. You know, it's not very present in everyone's eyes in the outside world, or they're outside of their house, for example. I feel like it's often where they portray them laughing all the time, but they don't portray the same of sadness or anxiety or any of those things. I feel like it's not about faking it. It's not about pretending that you're okay. It's about coping. You know, they don't want, or they also don't want to make people worry, you know, make people always seem like they need to check up on them, or, you know, they're outside of their normal personality, and it just creates a huge problem. But basically, I kind of wanted to express the idea that we need to check up on those people too. You know, it's like, not only do you need to check up on the people that are clearly doing bad, you also need to check up on the people that seem like they're doing well, you know? Because why do we need to wait until someone's bad or someone's clearly bad to reach out and now help them, you know? Like, why not we ask and figure it out while it's you know, manifesting, while it's happening in the moment. Vulnerability is strength, because it's part of growing, right? Growth is not linear. Vulnerability is part of that, right? So it's not just a line, that chart that just goes up. You know, you take steps forward, you take steps backwards, and we need to be there while it happens, you know. There is a sense of healing and humor, of course, but I feel like there's also a part of healing that's honesty, right? You need to be honest. You need to be able to talk your feelings out. Make sure you're able to express who you are, what you feel like. It's not weakness. It's not any sort of, you know, you're not a man or whatever. You're just being human. You're not alone. If you relate to this, you should know that you're not alone, and you're allowed to rest, because it's human. But that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. I appreciate you for watching this video, and thank you so much. Much love as always, and I'll see you in the next one.